And now we have to stop dancing.
Darn, I was really getting into that.
That was the greatest 30 seconds pre-show of just dancing and grooving out. And then I noticed that at about 2 seconds, everyone went and set.
Oh no, I was still going. I was still grooving.
But I had like the gangsta, like I was in. That was, I love that. And that's a Vince original, courtesy of like some software. But like that's a Vince song. I did that was me, baby.
That's awesome. I love it.
Welcome to another edition of Analysts After Work. I was just sharing. This is my third show of the week. So I'm tired. I may be a little bit more subdued this afternoon. That's okay. It's just great conversation. But I am delighted to have the return of Jennifer Bedell and making her debut all the way from the west coast of Canada, Priyanka Agarwal, PA the BA. Welcome to the Analysts After Work family. Yeah, it's a cool little. That's a cool name. So welcome to the show. Okay, I'm so excited to have you.
So excited to be here. Can't wait to see all the comments and things. I know I used to be a lot of commenting on your show, and so this time I'm on the other side, so fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, and I see that Amy's here and Steve Jones is here, and they are tremendous at the heckling. Generally it's directed in my direction. But let's see what they do. I mean, I know Amy, just good people. Priyanka, we're going to start with you. And I know you've seen the show. I know you know the drill, and I know that you're ready. What are you drinking today? I'm having some red wine.
So just for the people on the show, I asked Vince, "Hey, what do I need to prepare?" He said nothing. And I said, "Seriously? Like, how can you forget?"
That's table stakes. That's table stakes. That's a given.
It's a prereq. When you talk about BAs, it's a prerequisite.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. What style of red are we having?
This is a Merlot.
Oh man,
nice.
That is my go-to. I am a Merlot guy, and when I say that, people look at me weird. But I like the punch you in the face of Merlot.
What are you guys drinking? You have nothing, I see. How come?
I mean, I'll jump the line from Jen. I've got nothing because, like I said, second show today. So,
well, I am. I'm going to jump in. I'm drinking
please.
Homemade latte.
Nice.
Because yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. I am on vacation today because yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and there was a good flow of green beer last night, so I figured latte today would be a nice, calm drink. There is no Baileys in it yet.
Okay. I'm. You know what? Then I can't let Priyanka drink alone. I can't.
And
since
you just happen to have this cabinet behind you,
I can't do that. So I'm not. I'm just gonna. Just a little bit. I'm going to go back to the old faithful Kentucky bourbon.
I'm glad you took it out of the bag this time, Vince.
I don't know, Jen. Come on, I'm classy. Like I am a city boy. There's no Pabst Blue Ribbon in my fridge. It is artisanal. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm a little fancy, but I'm not that fancy. Anyways,
cheers.
To you
Cheers.
you too. Cheers.
Yes.
Yolanda, I did this when. I mean, it's been a couple of weeks now. The COVID hair. It was disastrous. But we're at a year. It's been a year of lockdown. And I know that because next week is the 1 year anniversary to the day of this show. Which is I can't believe it's been a year. What a year it's been.
That's amazing.
I mean, I was thinking last night, there's got to be an end to this.
Why?
Well, I mean, at least in the weekly format. Like I think it continues to exist. Like I said, this is my third show of the week. I see Philippe is here. I did not drink the entire bottle today. I was actually hanging out with Philip in at the amazing conference that he hosts out in the Benelux. So Monday and Tuesday
Nice.
we were in Amsterdam with BA and Beyond. Yesterday and today was the Brussels stop, and then tomorrow I believe they're doing some workshops. But we closed Amsterdam and we closed Brussels with a condensed version of this show. It was about, well, on Tuesday I was just like, no, let's keep going, let's just talk, and we talked for about an hour. And we talked right through the networking session that was supposed to be after the conference. So, whoops. But then today we time boxed it to about a half hour. We went a little bit over, but it wasn't so dramatic. And so, but yeah, this is the third show. But what an incredible event it was to be able to be out there, with them, at least mentally, was incredible.
That's awesome.
And it was just a ton of fun. So. But yeah, because of that, I've already done a show today. And so I'm not drinking the whole thing, but I will have something. Somehow my hair is still a topic of conversation in the chat. And
I can't see that. We can't see the chat, so you have to share.
You can. So if you look on the right hand side, this is the behind the scenes stuff, folks. If you look on the right hand side, you've got private chat, which is if the three of us want to talk to each other.
But then
you have the comments.
Comments. Oh, there we go.
So you can.
I was on full screen, so I couldn't see anything.
Oh, there you go. That's
all right. Too boring. So, nobody wants to talk about Jen's hair or my hair. That's all about.
Where's that one? I missed that one. Anyways, yeah. The mood hair. It's funny. I used to have a boss that was like, I know what kind of day you've had based on what your hair looks like. If at the end of the day it was like up and just like, she's like, I know you had a day. So anyways, what's going on? We are truly coast to coast today. We're going all the way from the east coast of Halifax. Right, Jen?
So,
was it
yes, but let's I mean, yes, and
yeah,
let's not forget our friends in Newfoundland. So it's not truly coast to coast, but it's almost.
I mean, okay, this is about as coast to coast as we're gonna get.
It's pretty close, yeah.
And then out to the west coast. What is going on? How have you been, Jen? We'll start with you. How have you been since the last time you were on? What I know you were on Hans's show. Was it last week or was it Tuesday?
Tuesday. So this is my second show of the week.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's been going on?
What's been going on? Much of the same. The puppy is growing. He also got a haircut this week.
Yes.
He's very upset about it. I think some of the dogs at the dog park were teasing him today. But he'll get through it.
Other dogs.
Right? But it takes me back to grade 8 when I had that really bad cut, and I got through it. Got through it. So he'll get through it as well.
Right.
But no, he's good. He turned a year in February. I think he wasn't quite a year the last time I was on.
It's been a while. I think you were on the first show of this year, which would have been January.
Yes.
So
the Jen show.
The infamous Jens. Oh
the
man. Jen. The fact that people still talk about that, you guys made an impression.
Nice.
The Jens. I think my favorite comment from that episode was Dave Schaefer, who was like, Vince has lost control. And it was around the 12-minute mark. So we were 20% in. And I think for the rest of the show I was just like,
It was fun. Well, I mean, the whole intent is this is what it would be like if we were after hours at a conference, right?
Right. And so that, and back to how I originally started down this tangent, I don't know that, is there a place for this in the beyond times, or does this become just a special conference thing where it's live? I got to figure that out, but I don't know that I'm going to do this forever.
I find
So,
that. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you go. I've been
Um,
talking a
Well,
lot.
this is going to be the, you can
don't
tell this
go
is the Canadian edition. We're all going to just apologize to each other. No, sorry, you go first. No, please, excuse me, you go first. Okay, Priyanka.
I was just saying that just like masks don't go away, this is not going to go away. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we're gonna be traveling again by the end of this year. But I agree with you. I think masks stay. So let's stay with you. How has the last year been for you? I think just as we were going into the pandemic was when you were. I remember seeing on LinkedIn you had put out the logos for your brand PA the BA. So
Yeah.
how has that been going for you?
It's been interesting. I actually started my PA the BA company last year, but I was pretty quiet about it. I was in the middle of a couple of jobs. I was actually doing like 3 jobs almost, and I was moving, and there was a lot happening, and so I got a couple of contracts. One was from the University of Manitoba, and then I got another one from SFU to create their BA course.
Oh,
And
cool.
so that's how the PA the BA started. And then also at the PMBA World Conference, a workshop. So I didn't really have a vision, to be very honest with you, when I started it. But then at the end of 2019, I figured maybe this could be something. And I was very inspired by Bob the BA. Very inspired by him. So I thought, hey, PA the BA kind of rhymes. And my friends were like, that's kind of, it's a little bit upbeat, just, it kind of portrays your personality, not too serious. So just go with it. And then I had someone create my logo, and then I just thought, let's make it official. And so it's been exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how has that brand been during the pandemic?
I have to say it's been a little bit slow.
Okay.
And I haven't really been focusing on it either.
Okay.
But at the same time, I work at SFU as well. I teach at SFU, and I've been seeing that aspect, that virtual aspect, sort of kick in.
Yeah.
I'm more in person sort of person, so it's been interesting. Just getting comfortable with the camera. Just speaking online. It's a very interesting but different angle, but it's kind of nice because you expand your reach.
Yeah.
It's been cool overall. A learning experience, I would say.
For sure.
Yeah.
I know that I made a pretty quick move I took all of my Six Sigma training and I built a virtual course. I also had an enterprise analysis course that Jen just finished. I think she's one of the first people to actually finish the course, which I'm super excited for. And I still have to incorporate your feedback. But I took everything and I started putting it online into my Love the Process Academy. And after a year, I don't think I ever want to teach that stuff live ever again. Like I think there's other stuff. I think like there are going to be some workshops that are more hands-on and work in a live environment. But like I was able to recreate and take the stuff that worked and change the stuff that didn't and put it all online. I don't need to teach that anymore. It's like, you want to take the course, cool, there it is. Like go take it. And everyone that's here today absolutely should take it because it's chef kiss. It's really good. But it's completely changed the business model to the point where I have students signing up while I'm sleeping, and that's incredible. Like, what, that would not work in a live. You know what I mean? That being said, I do miss the live. But I miss the speaking live. I don't know.
Yeah, the
Jen?
speaking life has a different charm. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely miss it. I'm just thinking, you said like you've got people signing up while you sleep as opposed to when it's live when people are sleeping while you're teaching.
Exactly.
Totally different.
Exactly.
Nobody
Exactly.
sleeps during Vince's classes or his presentations, by the way. He is so energetic and fun.
Hmm.
I've been to them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I know. Hey, Jen, you
I'm
and
trying to
we're
be
not.
nice.
No, I know that, and I appreciate that. I don't want to. I don't want to go down the road of us co-presenting because I know that Steve is here and he is playing Mira Bingo. Um, I don't know if you guys saw that episode, but I'll fill you in if you didn't.
Oh, I saw it.
Did
There's a
you?
website.
I
There's a
know.
website.
I know. Like I can't believe somebody like AJ actually wasted. I'm going to say it. He wasted good money on a joke, but whatever.
$12, whatever.
I mean, okay, well,
Sounds
it's a
like
couple.
108 Canadian, but you know.
Okay, well, but you've seen. I see us as peers. We're colleagues, and you made the comment when you shared when I shared your review that like yeah we learn from each other,
Hmm.
which I think is really cool, and I think that's the piece that I miss most about hanging out with you guys is just the learning and the interaction. So I mean, it was funny. Yeah, it was funny. Anyways,
I it's got to come up, Vince. I think it comes up every time I'm on the show. But I really learned about blockchain by learning with you.
oh my god.
After saying I don't want to go down the road of co-presenting,
Yeah,
um, but that was fun.
but
We we
if you're gonna co-present, it's got to be with somebody you like,
right.
right? Like,
Absolutely.
right?
You want to hope.
I mean, I can tell you when we get off camera, I will tell you all the people I will never present with because they are the worst. You're not on that list though, Jen.
But you've only presented with me once and never since.
I've been busy.
Did you have to wash your hair?
I had to wash my hair, and the car, and stuff kept coming up, mostly food related, and no, I'm actually starting to present more with other people, and it's part of that,
Yeah.
the rising tide raises all boats.
Hmm.
It takes a little bit of the pressure off, and Steve is close to bingo. Takes a little bit of the pressure off, but
I don't
but it
remember
also
what.
brings different perspectives, which I think is the thing that I like the most.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and I'm doing the same. I think I've got 2 or 3 different people I'm presenting with in the next year,
Hmm.
hopefully in person.
Yeah.
Um, can you remind me what the rules are around Vince Mirabingo? I mean, I remember the whole joke, but how
I
does
don't
Steve almost have a
remember.
full card?
I don't know. I mean, so my understanding is, and Priyanka, if you missed that episode, allow me to explain.
Yes, please.
Apparently, things like whenever we talk about blockchain or Bridgerton, thank you, Yolanda. Whenever we talk about Bridgerton, there's a bingo card that AJ and crew were supposed to create and release at exactly the time that the show starts, so that I can't see it in advance. I don't know. I don't know what the topics are. I don't know what's on the card. But as we talk about different things, the weather. Thank you, Amy. We as we talk about different things, they cross out, and it's like playing bingo.
That's pretty
Um,
cool.
I think it's ridiculous, but
We haven't talked about your book yet. That might be another bingo item.
which item is that? Sorry,
Your book.
my non-existent book.
The book that you
I
were
mean,
writing.
non-existent. It was like #1 on the Amazon.
Oh, that book. Yeah,
That book.
that
Yeah, you're getting them mixed
it
up.
it did hit number 2 in the project management category for like a minute. But but no, because I'm working on the next one, and I'm working on it. I'm not doing anything. So
What is the next one? Tell us about it.
I don't know if I want to.
All
I don't.
right.
You know what? I'm not very. Screw it. Whatever. So the next one, there's actually two. So one is related to strategic analysis and enterprise analysis, because I think that's a huge gap in like if you look at the Babok, it's a couple tools, a couple processes, and that's it. So it's sort of, my thoughts on the subject. But then I'm also doing the podcast that I have, the Business Not As Usual podcast.
Right.
We've done. This week is going to be our 50th episode, and so we've been transcribing that content, and then hope to turn that into a book. So based on the talk that we did at BBC last year, my friend Mike and I, the missing pieces of the digital transformation puzzle. And so we're going to take that and turn it into something eventually. So those are the sort of the two things that I'm working on. And Steve has a question. What happened to the green cupcake? It will come back. The green cupcake, for those that don't know, the green cupcake project was a project that I did probably about a year ago, where I was writing business haiku.
Right.
Remember, I did that for a while?
Yes.
And I've got like 100 of them written. I just didn't put them out. I think I put out about 20 of them. So I will bring that back, Steve. It'll come back eventually, because they're ready. I just haven't released them. But and then eventually I'll put those together into a poetry book or something. I'm just not. At the beginning of the pandemic, I went through a very dry creative spell, and it hasn't really come back yet. So,
do you need people? I know you're an introvert and you need alone time as well, but do you need people to be creative? Do you need to be around people? Do you need the energy?
No, I need I need the space and the time. And
Right.
I find that I do the best creative work in the morning. And
on your commute?
Either I think about it on my commute, or like it's a weekend morning. So I just haven't had that space of time to do what I need to do. So it'll happen. I'm not worried about it, but it is.
Are you both going to BBC this year?
If they'll have me.
Attending? Perhaps?
If they'll have me. I mean, I did. I mean, did you? Are you you're gonna be there?
Yeah, I want to be there this year. It's gonna be online though.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they said on the website.
Is it
BBC?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
I think they're sort of planning a hybrid.
Oh.
And I don't know that, but know for sure rather. But I know that I got communication asking basically, hey, you spoke here last year. What are your plans for this year? And my response back was, oh, it depends. Like I'd rather be there, but if I can't if there's, because we're not handling the vaccines very well in Canada, generally speaking.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry, Canadians. So we're not doing a good job of getting them out. Now I know I've heard everyone will have at least their first shot by Canada Day. I mean, we'll see. And here's Judy's got the inside scoop. They're still debating. I mean, yeah, we'll see, but I'd love to be there. Are you hoping to speak there, Priyanka?
No, I think I'm just gonna watch this time around.
Oh, cool.
I'm speaking at the PMB World Global in May.
Hey.
Yeah, so excited about that. But
all right.
BBC, I just want to check it out. I haven't been, so I want to check it out.
It's cool. I mean, I've been to the last two that were live, and then this past one that was virtual. I mean, nothing beats the live. It's just the vibe of, okay, this is actually a perfect segue into a very shameless plug. But like the thing that I like the most about BBC is not the session. The sessions are fine, but it's just running into people that you haven't seen or that you're just meeting or whatever, and then you end up blowing off the session and talking for an hour.
Or researching blockchain.
Or researching blockchain. Or you happen to be, go out for dinner in a group and you meet someone and like it's just there's just serendipity. And you like that? So you get this these experiences that are part of the event but not part of the event. And so the shameless thing, and I'm going to put it in the chat here because that's the basis. The basis
just yelled bingo.
That's the basis of the Serendipity Festival that Jen will be joining us at.
Yes.
Announcing another speaker. Jen will be joining us at in July, co-hosted and co-presented by myself and Mr. Adrian Reed. So it's creating the possibility for those moments to just connect. And yes, I'm with Rachel here. Skip the sessions. Talk to people.
People ask me, where are you always gone October, November time frame? And I said, well, I'm with my second family, the PMBA World family. Because
the camp. Amy's camp. Yeah.
It's been 7
Camp
years.
Amy. Camp Amy.
Yeah, it's been 7 years that I've been going, and that's longer than I've had a child. So this is like my second family. It honestly, genuinely feels like that. Like all of you, it's
awesome.
It's this bond from the BA world. It's just amazing.
That's awesome. I went to my first one in Vancouver was 2017, I think, and then 2016. It was 2016, and then I must have done something wrong because I didn't get selected for 3 years.
Was it your dragon baby?
No, that's when I got to come back in 2019 with the dragons. But that was, I mean, I love it out in Vancouver. It's one of the 2 spots in the country that I would consider moving to if the opportunity presented itself. But
where's the other one?
Ottawa. I love Ottawa. Yeah. I want to just address Steve's question here about the agenda. The agenda is done. We've gotten responses from probably about 90% of the speakers, so there's still a few to be confirmed. I believe I have from you, Jen. I think you're good. But
okay.
The reason the reason that the speaker and agenda section isn't updated on the website is I'm the webmaster, and time is finite. So
it's not like you're doing anything else.
It's not like I'm doing anything else. So that is the reason why it is not up there, but it is done. And I think when you see what's on the agenda, and this is much longer of a plug than I was actually expecting. When you see the agenda and sort of the space that we've tried to create for those serendipitous moments, I think you're gonna like it. And we're already into like triple figures for registrations.
Right.
Awesome.
Which is awesome. Like
that's really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. Anyways, enough of serendipityfest.com. July the 15th. Tickets are free. Register now.
Can I plug something since you're on the topic?
Absolutely.
Speaking of Adrian Reed,
I'm
making the rounds on the webcasts. I will be on Adrian's show April 29th.
Nice.
Which he's got like 4 shows. Which show specifically will you be on?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
There's got to be some mystery suspense, right?
Sorry?
There's got to be some mystery suspense.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so Jen is either going to be on the spot,
Okay.
or BA Fringe,
Okay.
or one of the other 2 shows that he does.
It's going to be a chat similar
Yeah.
to what I did with Hans and what we're doing here now. We have a specific topic, and there's a lot of interest in that topic.
Is it the 15-minute one that he does on LinkedIn?
No, this is a full hour.
Oh, pardon me. So that's like a full webinar.
I think it's a full hour. Yes, it is a full hour. Yeah.
You know what? Whatever.
I'm not very good at plugging myself, am I?
You gotta like, if you're gonna plug, you gotta plug. Speaking of plugging, I came up with a really low tech plug for when I was doing the Analysts after Amsterdam, where I did a little whiteboard,
AAA,
and I offered a coupon code for all courses.
Look at that!
At my thing, and yeah.
You realize we just offered that right now to everybody here as well. Oh no!
Serendipity.
Can you hold that up again? I'm not sure I saw it clearly.
I guess if you wanted to go to lovetheprocess.academy and use code serendipity, get it? See, serendipity. You could save 35% on all courses, but only until March 31st.
Act now.
Act now.
Don't delay.
I mean, Jen,
operators are standing by.
You've been through the course. You know.
Terms and conditions apply.
No. Yeah, no terms. Just sign up. Just sign up. But yeah, it's plug. You gotta work on that plugging, Jen. You gotta plug away at plugging.
I gotta plug away at plugging. I will plug. I will begin to plug more.
You gotta give her. But wait, there's more. Yes, Rachel. But wait, there's more. Sign up now, and you get a personalized phone call from me. Value, not a lot.
Priceless.
Yeah, okay. Priceless. Oh my gosh. This is just nonsensical. See, this is why this show needs to stop. It's just nonsensical.
This is why it needs to go on. So much laughter.
Yeah, you know what? It's a fun job. But go.
No, please.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Please, after you.
Canadians.
I was going to say, let's throw some like actual business talk in then, if you want to make yourself feel better.
Great, let's do it.
All right, you pick the topic. Actually, no, I will.
Okay.
I'm going back. Something you said about 10 minutes ago. You mentioned digital transformation.
Yes.
You, Vince Mirabelli, used those words in that sequence together.
Yes.
Digital transformation.
Yes.
Have you changed your mode of thinking?
No. No, because digital. So I guess where you're going with this, Jen, is that the digital transformation is a misnomer, but that's what people call it. So it is. I mean, the first thing that I say in that presentation is, let's be clear, there's no such thing as a digital transformation. There is a transformation to the way that business is done today, which in 2021 happens to be digital. Right? Mm-hmm. But it's not about digital. Like any organization that thinks I'm just going to build an app and solve all my problems is asking for pain, because they don't take into account the cultural implications, the employee implications, the process implications, the customer implications of just expecting this magic bullet. So no, I haven't changed it, but that is the title of the talk. And actually will be next week. That will be the opening. It's post keynote at the PMI Expo. But it's been pre-recorded. So spoiler alert, it's been pre-recorded. But Mike, my buddy and my co-host there, and I will be live answering questions. And I think they just passed like 40,000 in attendance for that event, so that should be interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on digital digital transformation.
I'm with you. I think we've always had some type of buzzword in over the years. There's a Y2K fix. There's digital transformation. There's always something, right?
Automation. That's my favorite right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Robotics, AI.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. RPA.
Yeah.
Right. But I think in all of that, it's the people side that often gets forgotten. I actually had a conversation today at the dog park about exactly that. I mean, change, you need some form of change management, whether you've got an actual change manager on the project or not. You need to be considering all of those other aspects of what this is going to do. You're not just implementing a piece of software. You're not just upgrading something. You're impacting how people do their work.
Yeah, it's holistic, and you can't expect that you're just going to solve it. Like, I hear a lot of companies that are like, "We'll let the AI do that." Oh, that'll be will RPA. Like, you can't just expect that you're going to apply a robot to your process or to whatever, and that it's going to be good right away. Like, those things take time.
I remember I used to work at CGI, and we were creating a digital strategy for the city of Kamloops. And we went into their server room, and we saw that they had the best servers in the world, world-class servers. We looked at their applications. They had the most trendiest softwares, and they were all patched and updated. And sometimes they just had too many of these softwares. And the problem was not technology, but they wanted to do digital transformation, and I had to create for them a digital strategy. So I was like, you know what? It's not digital strategy. It's about people strategy. Like, how do you get your people to understand that this one thing can be multi-purpose, and stop creating so much work and so much drain of resources, funding-wise or, personnel-wise and culture-wise. Think about what you're doing here. And it wasn't a technology problem. And it was so it's not technology, but it's digital transformation. And Nancy used to say, every time you want something, you want to look cool, just put the word transformation in your resume, even though it's a change. I did an upgrade transformation.
Yeah. Well, please, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I went last time. You go.
All right, that's fine. So it's one of the sessions today at the BA and Beyond event that I attended was from a gentleman from a football club in Belgium. And so, of course, I had to be there. And of course, my question isn't related to work or anything, but it was like, how did you get to work with them? Because I kind of want to work with a soccer club. I want to work with Juventus and Paris Saint-Germain, and I want to do work with them. But that's besides the point. What he started with was, they were asked by the president of the company, and I'm badly paraphrasing this, but we need an app. And from that, it went from we need an app to, we need to engage our customers, both, fans or businesses or whatever, the public. We need to be better at engaging them and bringing them into improving their journey as it relates to the club. And so, but the sad truth is, it's like that Henry Ford thing, right? Like if I had asked people what they wanted for, they would have said a faster horse. Well, the problem is too many CEOs and leaders are saying, I need an app. And if you're not telling them what app you're going to build to solve their problem, they almost don't want to hear from you.
Yeah.
They don't want to go that holistic view. They want I just want an app. Just give me an app.
You nailed it, Vince, when you said customer journey. That's all it is. It's all about, that's all that digital transformation is, at least from my perspective.
Yeah. Let me just help Amy finish her bingo card. Please continue.
I didn't have any more to say, but just the customer really resonates.
Yeah. It's, I mean, the more I think about this stuff, like, it's not hard, but it's the hardest thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not rocket science.
No.
but it's
Yeah.
selling. It's actually having to invest time in selling that you need something different, and selling them and actually getting them to buy what you're selling. That's the part that I think is the most exhausting.
That's the BA skill, right? The negotiation, the influencing skills,
Mm-hmm.
the conflict resolution.
But in that case, and as a BA, and looking at, you've got a CEO saying, I just want an app. As a BA, the selling isn't what you should be doing. It's the discovering what is the true need. It's figuring
Right.
out the why and helping them to understand why the app is not the answer and what
Right.
is the real problem that you're trying to solve, and
Totally.
digging down into it.
And
Right.
we also talked about adoption, right? Like, what's the culture? Is it going to work for them, even though that's the right problem and the solution? But is it going to stick?
Right.
Will we be able to sustain it in the given scenarios?
Right. The mantra that I've been beating as far and as wide as I can is in the type of work that I do in the at the enterprise level. I don't like. There's a lot of questions that you ask, and I'm really concerned with two. I'm concerned with what and why. How
Okay.
something gets done, I'm not
Yeah.
concerned about. When it happens, who's involved, I don't necessarily like. I should, have some input into, but it doesn't matter to me.
Well,
It's the what is the right thing to do,
yeah.
and why are we doing it? Those to me are the big fundamental questions.
I'd argue though, because when you say who, then you understand the customer journey, and then when you understand the end-to-end transactions, right? So
Yeah.
I'd argue that.
I'm not talking about that. Like, I'm talking about like who should be involved in
For sure, yeah.
in the work. So it's I'm not
in
saying
the how.
who should be
Okay.
who should be involved in the how, not who is the beneficiary and who are the stakeholders. That's what I meant.
So
wait a second. You disagreed with me on my show, Jen?
Go for it. I knew that was coming.
Oh,
You are now part of an illustrious club.
You know, on the bottom, Priyanka, I'm at the top.
I learned some new skills in Belgium. What's up?
So critical thinking.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I actually enjoy the debate and being challenged, and I want people to disagree with me. I think part of the reason we're in the situation that we're in is that there is so much groupthink, and there's not enough critical thinking.
You're absolutely right, Vince. I 100% agree.
Thank you, Jen.
And I agree with Jen.
I want to jump over on that same example you gave, and you both talked about this transformation and thinking about the people.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in the last couple of weeks used the Tim Hortons roll up the rim this year as an example of how we're forcing people to adopt the digital.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at first glance, you might think that. However, I went in to Tim Hortons to pick up my mobile order, and within 10 seconds, I heard two people talk about how they're not able to play this year because they don't have a phone. One of them said, I just threw my card away. I can't be bothered. The other one, I think, ended up leaving the store. But the one who said I threw my card away, my first thought was, what is the purpose of the roll up the rim? Is to bring in more people. This guy comes every day and sits there and drinks his coffee, and he's still sitting there every day and drinking his coffee. So they may have lost a player, but they didn't lose a customer.
Yeah.
So it's all about that.
Yeah, but you have affected his perception of the brand. And is it so? Then the question is it enough? Is it enough to turn him from a customer into an ex-customer? Right? How loyal is he to the brand?
Or if you lose him, how many young people with apps are you bringing in place of that?
Yeah, well, and
who's your market?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can't design for, like, I hear all the time whenever you're coming up with a solution. Well, what about that guy in northern Quebec who doesn't have a computer and doesn't want one? It's like, I get that, but we can't design. I think we need to be aware, and we need to have a mechanism or a process or a
personas.
but we still need to deal with those. We can't just pretend they don't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you're designing a system, it should be utilitarian. It should be the greatest benefit for the greatest number.
Those cases, though, sometimes are the reason that the legacy system has to hang on longer. Or you have to bring in manual processes because not everybody's going to fit in that 80 to 90%.
But I think that's okay, because then you're only manually processing the 10% instead of the 100%. Right. So I think, and this is where you need to look at the costs and the benefits of the action that you're proposing to take. Right. You need to look at, okay, I get we're going to have to still manually process this 10% that's left over. But does the cost of integrating those requirements into whatever system outweigh the cost of just doing it manually? Because sometimes the pain is the right thing.
Right? More so the value than the cost.
Right.
Beyond cost. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And there's also the whole MVP thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again,
I love that little cartoon with the skateboard and the scooter and the bicycle and then the car. You got to start somewhere.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this has turned into a fascinating conversation. Jen, what other topics do you want to talk about?
What other topics are there?
I don't know. Maybe we should let Priyanka pick one.
Okay.
Put her on the spot.
Sure.
Otherwise I have to share the story that I promised I wasn't going to share. But that's fine.
I need to get my bingo card out. Hold on.
Okay, tell me more about strategy. In the BABOK, it just says current state, future state, and then doesn't
basically assess risks.
Yeah.
Like SWOT analysis.
Yeah.
That's basically it. There's
like change management.
Well, it is, but it's not really. They don't really talk about it in there. They don't talk, as I say in my course, enterprise analysis, not as usual. They talk about the what, but they don't really talk about the how. Right? They don't talk about how you do those things.
But see, I think the how is something that is going to be unique to each situation. You take your skills from the other knowledge areas and you use those in the strategy space.
Good point. Counterpoint.
You haven't lived until you've been booted out of Vince's show.
We create our own show and then boot Vince one day.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. Hey, you know what? The show's been going a year. If I gotta have some fun with it, I get to have fun too. Like,
you know what? This is as close as we're gonna get to sitting around the hotel bar with a beer.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
Or two, or
but it's
three.
So fascinating that we're all so far away and we still feel like we're sitting together. It's amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
The power of the internet.
Yeah, and digital transformation.
Exactly. Well, seriously, I knew what Zoom was before, but I had never used it. Is there anybody who's never heard of Zoom today?
No, not now. I mean, they 10x'd their usership in the last 12 months. Like,
Zoom's like Google now. Just like Google it or like Zoom it, right?
They've become a verb. Yeah. They've become a verb.
You're right. It has. Yeah. That's how you know you've made it.
Yeah. Right.
When people start yelling "Mira Bingo," you know you've made it.
I doubt that's ever going to be a thing. And to be honest, I've never actually visited that site, so I don't know. I don't know if AJ's done anything with it. Maybe.
I was just going to go check out the site.
Yeah.
Are you going to bring it up? Wait, before you share it with everyone.
Yeah, AJ should really do something with this. It's links to like casinos and stuff.
Oh.
So he should probably do something with that site.
I think I went to the wrong site.
I think it's mirabingo.com.
Oh, I went Vince Mirabingo.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, I know because that said there was no site. Let's ask AJ. Where is
Is
AJ?
AJ? I don't think he's here.
He's very silent if he's here.
I don't think he's here. Steve's here. But anyways, good time. I haven't seen him, so AJ must be busy or doing something. That's fine.
He usually he'll end up watching on repeat. He'll watch the reruns.
That's fine. That's fine.
Like, look at it again and again and again.
Yeah, where we keep talking at the 50-minute mark where we talk about AJ.
52 minutes on my clock behind me.
Okay, I've got a little clock that tells me that we're
the actual 50-minute mark. Yeah.
Producer features here. I can see how many people are watching live. I can see where they are. It's great.
You have all the power. You're so cool, Vince.
Come on now. Do you really mean that?
I do, actually. No, I do.
On.
I think you're cool. You are one of those people that inspire me, and that also make me feel like I'm not enough. Imposter syndrome.
Oh yeah.
Because you do so much, and we texted a bit last week, I think, and I said the inspiration is that you just go and do it. You don't worry about it being perfect. You just start stuff and do it because you give it a try, and it succeeds. I mean, look at this. This was an idea, and here we are a year in.
Yeah, I have to say,
right?
I'm very impressed as well, Vince. Even though I've been contradicting you and disputing, whatever you say, but like I remember your keynote. Oh, I was very impressed because I could see the effort that you put into it. It was, you were almost improvising. It wasn't just a speech. And then this whole episode thing, I'm sure this is a lot of hard work. So hats off to you.
Admittedly, it is exhausting.
Yeah.
At the end of this hour, like I just, I'm out. I'm done. The keynote was I had the framework. I think the Vancouver one was the second time that I had done it. The first time was a little bit choppy, and that was in Boston. I guess it would have been a couple of weeks prior. Reworked it, and then the really cool thing, and this is to your point, Jen. The real cool thing was after the Vancouver one, which felt great. I went off stage and after the keynote, and Hans Ekman and Jamie Champagne were there, and Hans gave incredible feedback on like the things that I did well, the things that I didn't do well. It felt good, but it still could have been better. And so by the time I got to Chicago, which was the last time I did that, it was completely different, and it was even better.
It was.
Yeah. But that you have to then be open to that. I recognize that it wasn't good. It wasn't perfect. But it is largely improv. I mean, my favorite moment from that keynote was, and this just shows how improvised it was. I was talking about culture, and I made this comment that culture is not beer carts and Hawaiian shirts. And a gentleman that I had met when I was in Hawaii the year prior, Johnny DiGiovanni, real name,
nice.
amazing dude. Jamie introduced us. Johnny DiGiovanni was there in Vancouver, and so he yells out, "Yes, it is." or something to that. It's not Hawaiian shirts. Oh no, what he said was, "What's wrong with Hawaiian shirts?" And I look over, and there he is in the back wall with this big, huge grin. And I walked off stage, high five, walked back, and continued. And it was like, that deserved that moment, because that was just well placed. He didn't know it was coming, but it was perfect. Yeah. And but yeah, it's. I don't think I can give a speech. Like I can't stand there and read off of something.
Totally.
So it is sort of improvised, but the thing that Hans said to me that connected the most, I think, was every time you told a joke that was planned, it was flat. And he was right. He's like, because you would pause waiting for laughter and it never came.
Right.
But the moments where you just talked and said something funny, it hit every time. And it was like, so basically don't tell jokes.
Or don't expect them to be funny because they're going to come across different to each crowd.
Don't plan jokes, I guess.
Yeah.
The genre of jokes has changed. You know, a friend of mine is a professor as well, and she talks. She would have these, gender jokes. It's not funny anymore.
Sure. Look back at Don Rickles.
Yeah.
How would that go over today?
Oh yeah, no. I would steer clear of all, and it's not my personality anyway to tell those kinds of jokes. But Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But how else am I awesome?
You invite people
to
your show. That's how you get
that's how you get on. You have to tell me how great I am. And no, I'm just kidding.
Obviously. I love your improvisational skills. I think, and in true honesty, the whole blockchain thing, I think what made that great was not the content, but the delivery.
Which was terrible.
And I am so proud of how we opened that.
Yeah. Oh, the bocce thing.
Yeah.
Bianca,
and that
do you know the story?
I do not know the story.
Okay. Jen, do you want to tell it? We've got 3 minutes left. Do you want to tell the story?
I think you can probably tell it better.
All right. Fine. So we're in a conference at PMBA World in Orlando. I get a text from Amy saying, "Have you checked in yet?" And I had literally just gotten to the hotel. I say, "I'm checking in." She's like, "Great. We're at the hotel bar by the pool." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So, no, it's my show. So
I think Amy would tell it the best because you guys either talk on top of each other or let each other talk.
Yeah. So I check in, I drop my bag, I go to the bar. Jen's there, Daniel's there, Amy's there. And as I'm approaching the table, Amy says, "What do you know about blockchain?" And I'm like, "Well, it's a fascinating topic. Here's what I know." And in about 5 minutes, I laid out everything that I knew about blockchain. She's like, "Great. We have a speaker who's supposed to do a topic, who's supposed to do that topic, and she might not make it in. Can you cover for her?" No, I'm happy to do something else.
Serendipity.
Yeah, but I can't. I literally just told you everything I know.
Yeah.
And so whatever, I hear nothing of it. Tuesday morning, I walk in, and Jen sees me and runs up and says, "We're speaking today." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm at 11 o'clock or whatever." And she's like, No. We're speaking on blockchain. Amy just announced it to the group.
Oh,
and so
good to know.
I'm like, okay. So we went on Google and we said, "What is blockchain?" And we literally took the first Medium article and copied it into a deck. But then when we get to the presentation, we started it with the history of bocce, like the lawn bowling, and then we did so tell me about bocce. And we started down the history of bocce. And bocce was invented in 1681 by Alberto Bocci, and it just, people loved it.
That's awesome.
Because then we owned it. We're like, "Look, we're covering. We don't know anything about this, but here's what we learned in an hour."
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's memorable.
It was memorable.
Yeah.
It was, and it was fun, and it just goes to show that you don't have to be an expert.
Absolutely.
To speak.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't.
There you go. Yeah.
No,
Thank you for finishing my sentence.
Hey.
Totally.
Well, and it's funny. I shared with you when we were texting that I've been asked to coach future speakers that have reached out to me to say, "Hey, I want to do what you do." And I'm like, "I have a program that I'm putting plug time. I have a program for that, and I just have never released it into the world. I just, I've been busy." So that'll be coming probably later this year. But it's cool that it's cool to give back. That's all. Guys, we're at time. We're actually over time. I want to thank you I want to thank you both for being here. Priyanka, I'm going to give you the first last word.
Oh, I just wanted to say thanks. I just had a good time.
Anything you want to put out into the world? Any good thoughts?
Be kind, calm, and be safe.
I like it. Jen?
I'm gonna go with what you said to me last week, or what I observed about you last week. Just don't wait. Just do it.
Okay.
Just, you got an idea. You think you can get something started with it. Start. Take it from there.
Just start.
Just start.
And on that, this has been Analysts After Work. Priyanka, Jen, you know you're welcome back anytime. Thanks to everyone who joined today. Steve, Sarcha, Philip, Judy, Amy, Dina, Toby, my man Toby. We'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.
Bye-bye.